Welcome everyone to the Zaun Gutter Rats double feature hosted by the one and only DepressionMain for Game 1 against the Piltover Firelights. I am joined by the captain of the Shadow Isles Horsemen, Mr. Invisaa. Invisaa, we know that these rats are in it to win it tonight to try and secure a spot in the playoffs, so what are you seeing here that shows that?
Well, we usually have a lot of scaling from the mid lane, which we see in this case again. We know that the Gutter Rats really like to focus on their team fight prowess, and they built around that with some good gank potential from coming from the jungle with J4, who's been kind of the hot pick of the league over the last several weeks. Started by me. Anyway, just wanted to let you know. Sorry, I had something in my throat. But that being said, I think that the counter engage from the side of Piltover Firelights is going to put a little bit of wrench into their game plan here. We have Janna, who's really strong, able to knock everyone back as they come in. Cassio, that can stop a lot of jumps, a lot of dashing with the pool. And of course, you always have to worry about knock up from anybody, especially a Yasuo leading into a full team multi.
Absolutely. And, we don't see a lot of them trying to play around that Yasuo in terms of team comp for the most part for PF. But in this game, we do have a Nunu pick in the jungle, so they might be trying to lean into their mid laner a little bit heavier. But we can see, the counter pick from Rithma on the Malzahar, who will be playing a very probably slow lane against the Yasuo. Uh,
Really,
I expect, a little bit of shenanigans coming out of the bot lane, what with the new Janna and Kog'Maw. Caesar Oman obviously on his comfort. And then we have Kaisa and Soraka on the other side for these on gutter rats. We got about 15 seconds here still in the spectator delay. Game will be up in just a sec. I know we got black screen. But shout out to my boy Aya. This one's for you, bro. I need you to win this game so my team's got a shot at playoffs. Not to pick favorites.
not to pick favorites, but it's important you give a shout out to their biggest win con. So definitely respect that.
And here we go into the load screen. So let's see what we've got here. I know, Mr. Nine Raid. Thank you. It's going up, I promise.
No,
So
it is just Nine Rain. He's the only one.
Nine Rain, I know. I
Yep.
love you. Uh,
Sorry, brother.
let's see. Let's see. We are in the game now. Let me see if I can make it pretty. Camera. Let's see. Why are we not getting game capture? This sucks.
For the record, not my fault.
Yep,
Uh,
yep. We're experiencing some technical difficulties. I blame Jerbear. So there we go. And we should be live now.
Hey,
There we go. We did it.
fantastic. And we're not going to sit in the base for the first 10 minutes either. So well
That
done
is
on hitting
true.
the play button. Worth.
We hit the play button. We are live. Pretty standard start here. We're doing some 4 entrances instead of the 5 entrances, but neither team here looking for anything super shenaniganery. Got some Rithma classic here. Big Zach with the big good luck, have fun.
Absolutely. Great sportsmanship right off the bat, but we always expect that from Zach anyway.
Absolutely.
Let's bring up the items to make sure no one forgot any this time.
All right, let's take a look. Nope, nobody here is pulling the G Cola DepressionMain Classic. So we are all set there.
Strat, get that first big buyback.
And let's get some spam of the hats to help the rats in the chat, and spam that papaya to help our Aya. Everybody better support your favorite team in the Twitch chat. We want to get this game super hype for ZGR's double feature tonight. If they win both of these games, they have a pretty good shot at going to playoffs, and if they do not, they do not.
Yeah, nailed it. Exactly right.
That is correct. Uh, Personally, I want to
actually,
see them succeed, but I also, as a captain of one of the teams that is also in the playoff running, I would also love to see them get crushed. So I am neutral on this one.
no, I can't really pick sides either because I'm casting here next to you. So obviously, I don't want to upset my cast
Hey,
partner.
you can say
But
whatever you
at the
want.
same time, I kind of would love to see the Gutter Rats give the Firelights a big run for their money.
I would agree. If we could see PF lose, that means I do not have to fly down to Texas to beat the shit out of Aya. So that would save me a couple $100, I think.
That's a good point. Also, I'm not sure you can condone threats on stream, but we've done it, so too late. We got a big ball
Uh,
coming in from Nunu
I
in the
don't
bot
think it's a
lane,
threat if, Aya has already consented.
and a flash away from Raka instantly. I don't know that she was in real imminent danger there. Not a lot of follow-up from Corky Jana this early. Excuse me,
Yeah.
from Kog'Maw Jana this early. But
I like to
taking the
see.
safe route.
I like to
At the
see it.
exact same moment, we have Nunu going right back to his drive-by through mid.
That's exactly what you expect to see. Let's see. Directed camera is not
Bottom to
helping
top,
us.
top to bottom. And it looks like Rithwa's just getting a little bit of deep vision over by Raptors toward red side. So he actually
Absolutely.
was in no threat of actually being followed up upon on that gank from the Nunu.
Yep.
And instead, everyone returns back to farming.
And let's talk about this top lane matchup while we have directed camera looking nowhere near it.
Yeah.
So Cassiopeia into Mundo. Cassiopeia, Belf is known for playing this champion and being rather aggressive, especially mid lane gank here as the twin goes in on Aya. A little bit of poke, nothing happened. But Belf is super good at these mages top lane, and we've seen him play a few of them. What do you think about the Mundo pick into that?
I think the Mundo's a good choice for the beginning of the game, but there's going to be a point where the burn from Cassio is just going to be a little bit too much for Mundo to overcome, and she's actually going to shred a lot of that that health with her percent health damage, and it's going to be interesting to see if a few cents can, not give up any bit of a lead early, and then stay even to the point where he becomes impactful in team fights. And we have Aya coming in mid. Get some fancy dashing in, get a knock up to knock off the shield, and walk out.
Yeah, both these mid laners with that real safe protection in their passives. Malzahar's coming up every 20 seconds, and Yasuo's coming up a lot quicker based on how much he's doing, moving around and slapping things. So we might see a little bit of difficulty from the two junglers in making an influence in the mid lane until 6 at least, when, the big ults come out, because both Yasuo and Malzahar have those huge crowd control ults that can be, influential all game long.
Yes, sir. We have some question mark pings coming around up here in the top lane. Nuna's sitting in a bush, but it looks like a few cents respects it. He's backing off, just based on minimap here. But Nunu walks all the way around, starts getting up a snowball. Our camera still hates us.
Yeah,
I promise
I'm
you,
doing it.
there
Here
is
we
some
go.
sort of an engagement happening top lane.
Nothing special
just enough
there.
to push him off the wave as he's back, as a few cents is backing in a bush. That's it. He'll return back to base safely.
Taking a look at our CS differences, Jarvan is almost double the Nunu already, but we have seen Nunu gank several times. Rithma getting engaged here by Aya. Congratulations. The ult comes down.
Is able to get the ult onto Aya, who also lands a knockup the exact same moment, interrupting the ult. In comes Twin for a gank flashing, but Aya flashes away to safety as well.
Absolutely, and just an unfortunate timed tornado for that Malzahar. Malzahar would have held him down long enough for the Twin to hard engage there, but just not quite enough.
Also, it looks like a few cents ended up not opting to take his back. And he still has same items, no health pots. He's coming back into lane here and
taking a
takes
lot of damage. Poison.
With an ignite top lane, dropping down to that last tick.
First blood
over to Balthazar.
And that's a lot of top laners in this league are having some difficulties with Balthazar, except for Shen Triplets, who killed him solo twice. That's all I'm saying. But we do see Belth with a double CS lead, 30 up in the top lane, and a kill now. He's just real oppressive in this lane, and that's exactly what you expect. Here comes a Nunu gank as well.
From the Janna to get the slow knockup onto
No,
Soraka, who is
yeah,
dead
no
to
flash.
Lights.
Yeah,
She
no
doesn't have
flash
flash
available
up
yet.
because of that first gank, and therefore another kill goes over the Firelights.
Firelights now almost 1,000 up. They're losing their Raptors, however, as mid lane decides to roam up there. Nunu moving towards it. Dragon Call is being made. Aya
And
catching
Aya
Rhythma
comes
as
in
he
here
gets
mid,
back to
gets a
tower.
couple tower shots, but
Oh, Rith on
he's gonna
fire!
die to the Ignite.
He's not gonna die to the
Oh,
Ignite.
he's not gonna die to the Ignite, and the counter gank from Twin ends up
Win!
securing a kill.
Slapping down Jarvan right there. That's what you want to see, especially out of this. He's so powerful early game. You just love to see Jarvan slapping people with a big flag.
Yes, sir. During all of that, we have a Drake go over to the Firelights. A little bit harassed on the top lane as well. And everyone else returns to their lanes respectively.
Yep, the 1,000 gold lead now down to just less than 500. Little bit of a comeback there for our Rats. Spam that hat to help the Rats.
Feeling like he's got a good position here. He goes in and forces the flash out of Mundo. A lot of damage down.
Check out our gold leads here. We got 900 in favor of top lane. Everybody else going in favor of the Rats, except for support, who has a slight lead as well. So nothing too crazy here at 8 minutes. You know, nothing insurmountable. Obviously,
Another lane gank looks like it's brewing down here in the bot lane. Knock up onto Raka. Raka has flash up and is able to get away from this one.
Yep.
But Nunu's still going after it.
They're gonna dive, and it is enough.
Get the kill with a couple of Kog'Maw ultis.
Ugh. And he's just so good at aiming those Kog'Maw ultis where you want to be walking around to. It's just so scary to play somebody as immobile as the Soraka.
Yes, sir.
And now that Soraka flash is down, Nunu coming back in here. Tofu's in trouble.
She does have flash, she does have exhaust. She flashes instantly onto the Janna.
Gets pushed up against the tower.
Janna's gonna walk away out of this though. Exhaust on the Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw takes a couple tower shots, but they juggle the aggro on tower very well.
Ugh.
And Firelights walk out of that one pretty much unscathed.
That is just devastating if you are the Zaun Gutter Reds there. Tofu burning both summoners. You know, they lost the Soraka flash there as well. Lots of pain coming down from that Nunu oppression, and that's exactly what you want to see from both junglers here. You know, Citrone just hitting 6 now, the Twin already level 7, working on 8. Both of them, you know, rather successful with the ganks. Both those kills did go on to Kog'Maw as well, and
another gank looking like it's coming out here, going toward mid lane.
Yep.
We also have a fight in top, and Balthazar secures another kill.
Oh
no, the silence is
that's what
up to Nunu. The
that's
ball
exactly
goes off,
what you don't want to see. He lives the Soraka ult,
well,
the silence.
But not enough. And we have Aya taken down Rhythma.
And there you go, Aya making the big boy play, actually getting some attention from the jungler this game, and he's gonna look to solo carry this game. You know, Aya.
Absolutely. In the meanwhile, they'll take up the Rift Herald as a consolation prize.
Looks like Kev trying to match his captain counterpart wherever he's going.
And some deep vision down, clearing the nice other vision from the enemy team.
They might be able to catch this. Oh, no, John
nope, he just jumps over the wall with the blast plant.
Yep. A little bit of a lull in the action here. Now seeing a 3k gold lead in favor of PF here, the Piltover Firelights. Undefeated so far, and looking rather strong in this early game. Let's see if the Zaun Gutter Rats can mount a comeback similar to the last couple that PF has had to.
Oh yeah, they're definitely not out of this by any means. That can for sure happen. We just need to see a little bit more coordination in those team fights like we were talking about earlier. Balthazar in the top lane went to, opted for the aggressive route and does not have a TP. He went Ignite. Similarly, Aya in the mid lane is going Ignite while Rhythma went TP. So those TPs could end up making a nice play somewhere around the map here. Twin goes in, he gets a flash out of Kog'Maw.
Taking a lot of damage, Nunu coming in with a counter gank.
But I think everyone's just kind of gonna walk away from this one. So
no harm, no
foul there. A little bit of pressure from Twin, pulls out a flash from the Kog'Maw.
And Malzahar TPs to mid lane.
Hopefully we see him repeat a gank in the near future to abuse that flash that they just took down.
For sure. Nunu ganking again, coming back in through the lane. Directed camera does not like us. I might have to take over here.
Nothing much happened down there. Just throw another ball out.
Hey, you never know what happens with those Nunu balls, especially with Yasuo all the way across the map. He could ult at any moment.
Firelights are going to push in this wave again. They're still sticking around. I don't know if they're going to try for a repeat dive.
Yep, dragging up in 10 seconds here.
They drop the Herald, a little pressure from the Twin makes them decide to think otherwise, to back off. They're just going to get some plate gold here.
Malzahar moving down as well.
Rotate over to Drake.
Both mid
Sense
laners
does have
farming.
TP up here. He's taking a base right now. There's a chance they turn this into a 5v5. Or excuse me, a 4v5.
It's so hard to contest dragons from Nunu, though.
It is, but this is a good time to try and pick a fight, because you know that you have Yasuo zoned off from the mid, because he ran toward topside to walk away from the pressure, so there could have been a good collapse there. But
all down on the Yasuo.
An all-in the mid lane.
Good
flash goes down.
He's going back
in! And the Janus shield keep him alive. Twin ends up falling down from this.
And the Mal's space aids just not enough to kill him. Oh my goodness, absolutely insane play by Aya there. And this 2 dragon power play brought to you by Fresca.
I didn't realize we were sponsored by Fresca.
We are not, but it was brought to you by Fresca.
Almost a drink. Nice. So, almost a sponsor. Seems fitting.
Absolutely.
Balthazar takes the base here, as does most of the Zaun gutter rats. Everyone kind of resetting, gonna have to regroup after that last couple minutes of high-paced action.
Absolutely. We do have 2 mythics finished now. We have the Leandri's Torment from the Cassiopeia, exactly what you expect, as well as the Gore Drinker. Gore Drinker changes are live on the Jarvan, so he'll be doing a lot of damage in these next fights.
Yeah, I don't know if the gutter rats know where the Firelights are, but we see Kog'Maw stepped up a little bit in this lane. If we get any... no, they're not going to go in.
There was a vision, though. Vision was called out.
I was going to say, I was hoping that they would have taken that that Kaisa engage, but probably better to play safe at this moment.
Yeah, down now 5k gold at 15 minutes here. Just about everybody a little bit behind. I believe Twin is the only one that is currently ahead. He's not even ahead.
Looks like we have more action in the mid lane.
Yep, Aya getting some
Twins
big
here
ults down.
as well as Kev. We get another knock-up from the Janna into an instant Yasuo R.
Trying to get that.
That's going to be all she wrote there.
Yeah, another double kill going in favor of the Piltover Firelights. And they are just running this like a clinic, very clean.
Yep, immediately rotating toward topside.
A few cents, you gotta make it like a tree and get out of there.
Not gonna be in a good spot here. Tower goes down too, so there's no safety from that, and a few cents follows.
That is rough. Yeah, a little bit of a lull in the action here as towers begin to fall in top and mid lane.
As well as some jungle camps being cleared.
Yeah, getting a little bit of revenge from the Twin, taking the topside jungle of more than twice. The gold leads in every lane.
Gonna face check this bush and found a rogue cast, which gets an ult off and a kill onto the Soraka.
Don't focus Nunu, he heals.
Twin's gonna be caught out as well. Rhythmon gets the silence in order to prevent any further snowballs hitting him in the face at least.
5-0 on this Nunu. That is absolutely massive. I think this might be the best performance we've seen from Citroën all season.
Yeah, I'd agree. The ganks are non-stop. The CS isn't really, suffering as a result of it too much, and huge impact from objective control across the map.
Yeah, absolutely dominant performance from Citroën here.
As I say that, we're looking at a second Herald.
3 minutes before the Baron is going to spawn here, so they have plenty of time to wait for the Baron to spawn, take the Baron, and then use the Herald with Baron-empowered minions if they so chose to at 20. Or they might just use it as another way of pulling people off of the dragon.
That is true, because that is also coming up in 3 minutes, just about the same time.
I believe that dragon's coming up in 30 seconds.
I can read the left and the right side of the screen. Haha! Fantastic.
Aim 1 kill to 12. I don't think we've seen a team come back from that deficit, except for in the Freljord Frostguard game versus the Shuriman Sand Soldiers, where there was a huge swing in the action for a brief amount of time, where Tim led his team.
Oh, we have a flash in here from Balthazar. He's going to get a stun off slows, and the rest of the team's not too far behind.
Yeah,
they're going
lots
to
of
keep
flashes
pushing
away.
this from Malzahar, but it's not going to be enough as he's going to fall down to a Nunu. And the fight continues. Aya dashes and slashes, gets a kill onto Belth through that. And Drake is up. Bot tower's being pushed in. Bot tower's down.
Absolutely devastating. You know, this lead is just being pushed wider and wider. Piltover Firelights said, "We are going to go undefeated."
At least for now.
Yeah, at least for now. They still got a couple of tough matches coming up, and you know, the Zaun Gutter Rats have been known to push games to 50 minutes and make a huge comeback. So I'm just saying we could see the greatest comeback of the month. You know, right here.
Anything is possible.
Let's see some hats to help the rats, or the papaya to help the Aya. Get those spamming out in the Twitch chat. We want to see all of your support for your teams, because they will watch the game back later, and you know they love to see it.
Health goes down the top lane. Not a lot of follow-up though. Kind of just dropped it and walked away. Not sure what the strategy was there.
Yeah, they almost got that tower. Maybe they thought that they could just take it without pressuring it here, but Twin and a few cents able to muscle them away so that the tower stays standing.
I don't know. Bit of a macro misplay I'm seeing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Shelly a little bit wasted there. We do have 3 dragons, soul point for PF here. They have 4 minutes on that dragon, about another running
coming in
snowball.
mid lane from the Nunu into another knockup from Yasuo.
Big
Ulti,
flash.
Twin flashes. Fight! Get out of this. No, he dunks back in with his ult. And there could be some damage going down here on the
Citrine with
Kev,
a double kill.
but ends up taking down a lot of people. The lead's too big. That fight could have been very different had items been not such of a difference between the two teams here.
Definitely a wallet shield there coming down onto Aya and Citrine. But second tier blue tower is going to be crushed. Another double kill for Citrine. 8-0 on this Nunu. Absolutely insane.
Indeed, their sights are now going to be probably set on this top tower that's about 2 hours away from dead, and then perhaps turn that into Baron afterward. Meanwhile, we have Belth down the bot lane pushing.
Mundo there,
going to take this tower as well. Rocket's here in support, but I don't think they can really take this fight.
Yeah, Belth's gonna respect those guys. He doesn't know where the rest of the team is. Baron is not being grabbed because they didn't have vision on anybody. Lots of deep vision here from red side. You know, we do see a rather large disparity in vision scores here. Aside from the jungle matchup, I think everybody's being outmatched. Oh, looks like mid lane also. But Aya doesn't need to see people to ult them, so why would he ward? Oh, might have a little pick here on the Soraka.
Yep, Raka's walking through. She's not in her own jungle anymore.
Yeah, nothing you can do there except for
Another
get
Nunu
melted.
ball coming in toward mid lane, hits the Twin as he gets knocked up, but he's able to escape over the wall.
Excellent flag and drag there. Now, inform me, does the flag and drag get stopped by the rooted effect from Cassiopeia? Because I don't think it does.
I do not believe that it does. Because it's not considered an actual dash ability,
yeah.
It's an interaction of the two abilities.
Yeah, so A little bit of an interesting mechanic there. Baron does go over to the red team. The Baron power play is brought to you by Orange Crush, orange soda, naturally flavored with other natural flavors. We're looking for
That's a real
sponsors all
drink.
the time.
That's a real sponsor.
That is a real drink and a real sponsor. So hit us up with those advertisements at any time. I believe that's a Coke product, or maybe it's a Pepsi product. One of you two, call me. We'll talk about it.
Indeed, we could use the revenue. Get someone on this desk that actually knows what they're talking about instead
Absolutely.
of me. Sorry about that, second right caster.
Looks like we have a commenter that says the lance connects with the flag. Jarvan will always move to it unless he is crowd controlled after.
Or mid drag, and we have a few cents again walking through what is no longer his jungle.
Oh,
Flash forward into an ult as well as a follow up from Aya. 2 going down, and they're looking for more.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit misplay on the Janna ult there, pushing the team to safety, but you know, everything else was super clean about that. You know, the Cassiopeia ult being used as a slow rather than a hard CC, but they're just gonna, you know, take their numbers advantage and their wallet advantage and just shove. Looks like they're gonna try and pressure for even more.
Yep, and Hib goes down mid, next looking at top side. Minions are already here.
Yeah.
So should be falling down just as quickly as mid did.
16k gold lead here.
Nunu's looking at Dragon, gonna get Soul.
Picking up that Mountain Soul, huge for this team who is already so defended by their wallet shields, now being protected by a Soul shield on top of that. They are going to be near unkillable for these Zaun gutter rats.
It's now or never for the rats right here. A lot of ults were wasted in that last fight.
There's a Malzahar ult down to the Cassiopeia.
The fight starting to turn, but ult goes down from Mal's, not enough damage. Yasuo engages, gets a big knock up into an ult. A couple flashes going out to try and reach safety, but it is not quite enough. Cassio picks up 3 and is looking for another couple.
And
ooh,
the shutdown.
Twin. No perfect game coming from Cass.
Get him out of here, he says. A huge Jarvan ult kill, as I would say.
Another big macro misplay from the Firelights. I don't know how they can recover from that.
Aya trying to make something happen here under the Nexus. Looks like CitronA
Another
wants it
big
too.
mini ball coming in.
No perfect game. There
She
will
could
be
not-
no perfect games from the solo lanes or the jungle. 1 death apiece. And that
This is correct.
is GG for Piltover Firelights. Let's talk MVP. Who do you think?
Well, I was gonna give it to CitronA till she entered under tower. So
I think that's
I
a
don't know if
requirement.
she can still get it. I have to look, I guess, based on the only person that has the highest remaining gold bounty on his team, which is Aya. So obviously it has to go to their win con. Aya is their MVP from my perspective.
Aya Saga MVP, you heard it here first. 5-1-8, a pretty good CS lead as well. 2-item Yasuo. You know, it didn't feel like he was making such a huge impact, but he was the primary tank in most of those fights, surviving just about everything and the kitchen sink being thrown at him. So I have to agree with you here.
Fantastic. What a game. This was makeup, I believe, from last week. So this is the last game of last week. We are now fully into a new week once this, or week 6 is now officially over with this game being concluded.
Absolutely. And we'll be right back with ZGR's second game, and I believe this is their week 7 game. They are playing against the Noxus Black Rose very soon. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.